Good morning, student. Welcome to Rosary Online Classes. Myself, Kanchan Salunke, and I'll be teaching you geography subject. So let's begin with the topic. Our first topic is interrupting map, sign and symbols. Now in this topic, we are going to learn about the significance of colors used in topographical maps, significance of sign and symbols used on topographical map. Now let me tell you first what is topographical map. Topographical maps are a detailed record of a land area giving geographic position of both natural and man-made feature. That is known as topographical map. For example, mountains, valleys, plain, etc. So let's begin with the chapter. Have you ever wondered why people need to study maps? Throughout history, explorers used maps to travel the world. These maps helped them find places and also gave them the security and confidence to travel to unknown land. Now this lesson is totally related to the map. Why we need a map? Why you need a map? If you want to travel to a new place, the place which you don't know, then you want to search the area, you want to search that new place. So for that you need a map. Today, we use map while on vacation and even to find places within the city where we live. In fact, we don't even need to use paper map to find places. Nowadays, we don't have to use paper maps because we are already having smartphone, we are having GPS in it, so it is easy for us to connect with a new place through our smartphones. Maps are crucial in everyone's life, right from the common man to geographical and the navigator. Let's find out how cartographer, who is cartographer? Cartographer is a person who make map, who sketch a rough idea of a map, or a map maker you can say, he is a cartographer. Communicate with us through map and how we have learned to use them in our day-to-day activities. Now here we have come to know about the importance of map in our day-to-day life. That first, why do we need map? We need map because we want to travel to a new place and we don't know anything about that particular place. So for that we need a map. Now understanding a map. Cartographers use many tools while making maps. In a map you can see there are certain lines, different types of colors, boundaries. So that lines, colors are used for different types of indication for common people to know more about the map. So here the cartographer have used tools like colors, lines that may be straight, or that may be curved, that may be in mountain shape, solid, dashed, dotted, colored, and signs and symbols. Colors are chosen carefully as they represent the relationship of the objects on the map to the real life image. For example, blue represent the fresh water. Wherever in the map there are related to oceans, that you will see in blue color. The shades of each color shows the pattern of elevation. Now what is elevation? Elevation is a distance above sea level. Elevation are usually measured in meters or feet. They can be shown on maps by contour lines. These contour lines are drawn on the map. They might be straight, curved, dotted, in all these forms. For instance, a darker shade of blue is used to indicate deep sea and oceans. So, darker blue lines means you can say a bold blue line that is used for a deep sea level and the oceans. Colors are used to represent man-made features like roads, urban areas and historical sites. Let us learn more about their significance. Black is used for river. Now, black color used for river. River banks, broken ground, dry streams and trees. It is also used to mark railway lines, telephone lines and lines of longitude and latitudes. Now black color. First we have read about blue, which is related to the water bodies. Now comes black color. River banks, broken grounds, dry stream, broken ground, downstream and trees. They are used for, black color is used for river banks, broken grounds, downstreams and trees. And it also used to mark, railway lines, telephone line, etc. And the lines on latitude and longitude. Now comes to brown color. Brown color is used for elevation and contour lines. Brown is used to show sand hills and sand dunes. Now we have learned about blue color. Blue color is for water bodies. Black color is for your river banks, downstream and the trees. And the lines to show the railways, telephone lines and the lines on latitude and longitudes. And next come the brown color, which is used for elevation and contour lines. Brown is used for sand hills and sand dunes on the map. Blue is used to denote water and water bodies. Green is used for all the forested areas and vegetation cover. Now green colors come when there is a greenery, means forest it's come to greenery, vegetation again it's come to greenery. So green indicates forest area and the vegetation area. Cover, which include forest areas, scattered trees and the scrubs. All cultivated land is shown with a shade of yellow color. Now, when yellow color comes, it is a cultivated land. Information such as major highways, roads, human settlement and cart tracks are depicted with red color. Now, information of major highways, cart tracks, human settlement, that is shown in red color in the map. Now, beside colors, different types of lines are shown on the map. They may be straight, curved, solid, dashed, dotted, colored in any other combination. Land grids, important roads, trails, railroads, boundaries, lakes, streams and tunnels are shown in the form of lines. Now, the contour lines, the lines which are on the maps, that shows us different types of, they might be in different shapes, straight, curved, solid, dotted and colored. They can be in any other combination, and which shows us about the important roads, rails, transport, boundaries, lakes, stream, etc. We use conventional signs and symbols. The symbols, like for post office, it is PO. That is the conventional signs and symbols which are used on the map. That is for our reference, for us. We use conventional signs and symbols to represent man-made and natural features on the map. You have to remember, conventional signs and symbols are used to represent man-made and natural features. These symbols help cartographer give detailed information on a small surface. The color along with the symbols are used so that reader do not get confused. If a full map is colored with one color, so we will get confused about where is vegetation land, where is water body. So for everything there is different colors. For water it is different, for forest it is different, for cultivated land it is different, for roads, railway track it is different. So it is for us, it is for the cartographer to make a map and for us to read the map in an easier way. The color along with the symbols are used so that the reader do not get confused. Most of the signs and symbols are standardized and used throughout the world. Every map has a legend or a key. The list of signs and symbols along with their meanings is given, which gives us information about the geographical features depicted in the map. Now, why we need a map? We need a map to travel from one place to another. And if the map is full of one color, if the map is full of one image in it, so it will be difficult for us to find certain places. If the map is presented in a different and in a very beautiful way with the different colors for different things, then it is easy for us to read the map. Some maps represent the natural and man-made features accurately. These maps are called topo sheet. What are topo sheets? Topo sheets map are those maps which shows us man-made and natural feature accurately. Such maps are based on the survey of land. They show the natural features with the help of contour and the man-made feature with the help of symbol. Now, very important thing, topo sheets map are those maps which give us information about the natural and the man-made feature accurately. And natural features they show with the contours, and man-made things they show with the symbols. You have to remember this. Symbol, letter and color. Topo sheets are useful for the planning of roads, railways, building urban center and military purposes. It is very useful to study religion geography as it gives a vivid and detailed picture of a place. Geographer can study the area by interpreting the contours and the symbols. Now in our map, we have already studied about why we need a map. We need a map to find a new place. And in a map, there are different colors for different things. You have to remember this. What is topographical map? Topographical maps are a detailed record of a land, area, giving geographical position of both natural and man-made feature. For example, mountains, valleys, plain, etc. And here comes another, what is topo sheet maps? Topo sheet maps are those maps which gives us information about man-made and natural feature accurately. And in the map, the natural features are shown by the contour lines. And man-made features are shown by color, letters and symbols. You have to remember everything. Now, landform depicted in topographical maps. Now, there are different forms of landforms and their descriptions. So, streams. A small stream of running water usually refers as nala. Now, in our area, there is one nala where you can see a bad water or a fresh water flowing from that particular place. Now, here it is a land and here it is another land. The water flowing from this particular place is known as Nala. River. It is referred to as Nadi on a topographical map. It is a natural flow of water which is larger than a stream. Now Nadi, river, we know. River, it starts from here and it's joined many rivers more. So we don't know the end of the particular river. So it is stronger than a stream. Dry riverbed, found in semi-arid region, seasonal river which almost dry up in summer season, leaving a bed with a narrow channel of water flowing through it. Now, dry riverbed. Dry riverbed is a bed which you can say in your simple language, it is full when there is monsoon and it dries up in summer season. River with rocks and islands. The rivers start deposition as they move towards their lower course. That is, as they reach the mouth of the sea or large water bodies, the sediment consists of boulders, sediments, stones and silts. In most cases, they form delta or a small island. Now, for example, the river. If the river is connected to the mountain, a big mountain, if there is heavy rainfall, sometimes you see sand, big stones, they fall down. So this create a small delta or an island because it stopped the river from flowing. Waterfall. Waterfalls are formed when the water falls from a great height in a hilly region. We all say waterfall, we go and see waterfalls in the monsoon, in rainy season. From the hill it flows. This is a mountain. And from here you can see waterfall. It is a natural calamity it is a natural feature you can say, during monsoon. Confluence. The intersecting point where a tributaries comes and join the main river. Means, confluence means small rivers which comes and join one big river. Tank. They are known as talau. Perennial tanks are mainly found in a hilly region. They are embankments built across streams or hollows. Perennial tanks have water throughout the year. Now, tanks. Talau. Now, you can see we store water in a form of tank that is known as tank, talav, or a perennial water system, where throughout the year you will get water. There is no shortage of water during summer season also. Unlined well. Unlined well is a well without any bricks or stone lining. Now, the river which is flowing without any boundaries, whether it is stone boundary, whether it is mud boundary, it is still flowing. Lined well, a lined well is a well with stone and bricks. Now, unlined wells are those wells which do not have any boundaries. They simply flows. And a lined well is connected with a boundary. You can say something is here like stones, or you can say a mountain or a house, something is here. Tube well. It is a deep bore dug into the earth's surface to extract groundwater with the help of a pump. Presence of tube well indicates agricultural land. Now, this tube well you can see in your villages for irrigation purpose. This tube well has been used. It is dug almost 20 feet under the earth's surface, and it is dug for only water purpose. And why they need water? They need water for irrigation, for agriculture. Now, vegetation and its description. Now we finish with our landforms and its description. Let's get a quick summary. Now streams, they are small streams of running water. Streams come to a nala. You have to remember, streams come to nala, means a small running water which is referred to a nala. River, it is referred to a nadi which is bigger than the streams. Dry river bed are those rivers which get dried up in summer season. Rivers with rocks and island, that I told you already. When there is a heavy rainfall, or when there you can say it's earthquake, or when you can say there is a deforestation, the river gets stuck up with the different types of dust particle, you can say different types of rocks, that is known as river with rock and island. Waterfall, water from which the water which fall from the hilly region, water which fall from the mountain during the monsoon, that is known as waterfall. Confluence, confluence means intersecting point where a tributary comes and joins the bigger river or the main river. Tanks, tanks are known as also talav. Perennial source is the example of tank where there is no shortage of water throughout the year. Unlined well, unlined well is a well which is simply a water flowing without any boundaries, and lined wells are those wells where the water flow with the boundaries of stones and bricks. Lined well example, you can give a perennial well. Tube well, it is a deep bore well. And what is bore well? Bore well is dug for water purpose. Basically, we can see this in our village, in a rural area for agriculture, for irrigation. Now, we come to vegetation and its descriptions. Grass. Grasslands or pasture lands are found in region where rainfall is not sufficient to support trees. Now, grassland or pasture land are found in region where rainfall is not sufficient to support tree. Now you can say if there is short amount of rain also, you can see grass. But in that short amount of rain, when there is less rainfall, we cannot do irrigation. But this less rainfall gives rise to the grass. You can see unwanted grasses everywhere. Open shrub is a type of grassland which indicate a semi-desert area with scanty rainfall. Deciduous forest. This is the most widespread natural vegetation in India. Deciduous forests are those forests which shed their leaves according to the seasons. The leaves of their trees are seasonal. Swamp. Swamps are found along coastal areas and around lakes and river. It is an area where land is permanently covered with stagnant water and water weeds. Now we get a quick summary of the lesson which we have read today. Now today we have read about topographical map. What is topographical map? Topographical map give us detailed record about man-made and natural features. Okay. Then we learn about the colors presented in the map. There are different type of color present in the map. For example, black is used for river banks, broken ground, downstream and tree. And it is also used to mark railway lines, telephone lines and the lines on latitude and longitudes. Brown color, green color, yellow color and red color. We have also learned about conventional signs and symbols. What is topo sheet? Topo sheet is an important topic. Topo sheets are those sheets which give us information about the natural and the man-made feature accurately. And the natural features is shown by the contour lines. And man-made features are shown by letters, symbols and colors. And here we have learned about landforms and their description, about the streams, river, dry riverbed, rivers and the rock with island, waterfall, confluence, tank, unlined well, lined well and the tube well. We have learned about elevation. What is elevation? Elevation is a distance above sea level. Elevation are usually measured in meter or feet. They can be shown on map by contour lines. Thank you, students.